So uncivilized.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Uncivilized Scoundrels. We're on episode 7, I believe. And yeah, it's been a while, y'all. It's been a bit of a month for me personally. Ups and downs, life, and all that fun stuff. But yeah, we're here, man. I'm happy to be back. And couldn't do this, of course, without the rest of the fellas here. We got Luis, we got Commander Green, and we got Eric up in the building. What's going on, fellas? How you guys doing?
What's going on, man? Back.
Good to be back. It's been a while since we actually got together and talked about some Star Wars collectibles.
It's been a minute.
Yeah, definitely, man. So, yeah, right off the bat, man, just want to check in with you guys. And anybody got any pickups you guys want to share? I know Commander Green has something new.
Yeah, I was just showing you guys backstage, but I got the Savage Press.
Nice.
So I know I'm pretty fired up to do some photos, so I'm going to do some clones dirty, and I know you don't like that, but but you have to with him.
That bad boy's got some presence, man.
Yeah, he does. He really does. Big, hefty figure, well made, everything. Yeah, it's really, really well done.
How does he scale compared to Grievous, man?
Oh shoot. Oh, I was gonna say, well, I can't really get to him back here. Yeah, I mean he's pretty tall even compared to him. So
nice.
Yeah, I'll do a comparison shot with the two of them.
Oh yeah, now those horns, dude, like you said, they look a little dangerous.
Yeah, they are. There's no doubt. Like I want to move the eyes around for like a shot, but it's gonna be I might have to have some band-aids ready just in case.
Nice. What about you, Eric, man? How you been, man? You everything
and
good?
I was about to say, now we need Hot Toys to get Ventress out to go with Savage and Maul and all that stuff. You know? Yeah, I'm doing good. Just like I said, I was sick last month and feeling a whole lot better, and that's it. So
sweet, dude. Anything new?
No, like I said, I got to pay off some stuff from Underground, and no, like I said, I had to, with my situation, I had to cancel a couple pre-orders, but it's all good. That's part of life, and I might have to hunt for those down the road, but it's all good.
All right, cool. Yeah, sometimes you got to sacrifice some stuff, right? So,
yep.
Know how it is, brother. Luis, how you doing, man?
Good, man. Hanging in there, just trying to survive. Same old.
Anything new coming for you?
Selfishly picked up another Artisan light side Anakin. Should be coming in
another one?
Yeah, sucker for that. But I'm justifying it. I have an extra dark side one that I'll end up selling and should break even,
This guy got some Anakin Skywalker figures, man. Him and Darth, those are your guys, huh? Him and Maul?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The best. Him, of course, Vader. Maul.
Oh, yeah, of course.
All the Darths minus Tyrannus, and I'll give a little love to Sidious, of course, but definitely Maul and Anakin. They're my guys.
Nice. Oh yeah, dude. For myself, what did I get? My second Commander Wolf came in, so that's pretty cool. Getting them both. Just that and the 104th as far as Hot Toys is concerned. Ended up picking up some. Got a pile of loot from Big Bad Toy Store with a few things in it for vintage collection stuff. Some openers. They had I think it was the N1 Starfighter. Yeah, that one. But it was a vintage collection one. They had it on sale during December or something like that. Yeah, around December it was still on sale. So I just went.
You should have got it from Amazon about a year ago. I bought 2 for like $65.
Yeah, for 2 of them for $50?
No, it was like around $60 each.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I got this one for.
Oh yeah, it was that price. Cool.
Yeah, pretty much that. Yeah, I think it was about $60. Yeah. So that was a good deal and stuff. So went and picked that up. And yeah, man. And appreciate all 7 of you guys here to chat or just hanging out. We got Renz in the building. Wow, what's going on, my guy?
Hey, runs.
And OG fans saying finally here to catch some awesome intro, dude. Nice, dude. Oh yeah. So we had a few things that came out. Considering it's been a month, since we last been on. But yeah, dude, Hot Toys went in and surprised us with a quarter scale Han Solo, man. So this bad boy came out of nowhere, when it first dropped. And I'll say straight up, dude, at first I was kind of like throwing it back as far as like the likeness and all that. I mean, I thought the likeness was there, but something was off about it. But after looking at some side-by-side picture promo shots of Harrison Ford in his outfit, man, from 77 or 76, I thought they nailed it. It looks just like him, man. It's a good likeness. But the fact that it's quarter scale, I think is kind of strange. This is a bit of a strange release, first of all, for Hot Toys releasing a quarter scale figure right now when they haven't really been doing much in regards to quarter scale at all. But I mean, this is most likely a preview of what we're going to see, for the 6 scale figure. I have no doubt about that. I'm sure the rest of us here on the panel and everybody watching who collects Hot Toys also has the same expectation as far as this being the 6 scale figure. But it looks good, man. I really like it, But the thing is that now that we're in quarter scale territory for this particular figure, Eric, I'm gonna go straight to you, bro. Do you think this is? Do you think they'll stop here, man? Do you think they'll continue to give us more 40th anniversary quarter scale figures, man? Or not 40th, 50th. Yeah.
Well, if I'd say if they were going to do it anymore, you got to have Luke, maybe Leia, and then maybe do a Darth Vader quarter scale of New Hope.
Mm-hmm. Vader, I don't know if they would do again, to be honest.
Oh, so they did it, New Hope. They did do it. Okay.
Yeah, because they already did Jedi. I mean, maybe. But dude, can you imagine if they did a whole damn line? If they did everything that they did, anywhere from Tarkin, from Old Man Kenobi, dude. We got Leia, Farm Boy Luke. I mean, it's a little bit of a smaller cast, but maybe. But to be honest, I don't know. Luis, I'll throw it to you, bro, because you also collect a bigger scale statues. Are you into the Hot Toys quarter scale figures or not really?
I do. I used to have all, but I mean, not like they made a lot, but I had Boba Fett. I had the Vader right behind me, right there. I think this is definitely random for sure. I mean, they previewed the Stormtrooper way back in the day, even Kylo Ren.
Yeah, even Kylo Ren, yeah.
Before they brought this Jedi Vader, they did the Revenge of the Sith Vader. So, I mean, this is super random. But if it's anything to go off of what a 6 scale would be, then it's a huge win.
For sure.
I think you guys know my favorite iterations of the characters are A New Hope. For Han, Leia, Luke would be Jedi, but I recently sold my original Sideshow quarter scale premium format, the exclusive that came with the Yavin getup. So this is just kind of filler for that. But I mean, Han is Han without Chewie, or especially if they don't make Luke or Leia. So yeah, this is completely random. I'd like to get it. May probably end up getting it, but
really, okay,
super left field. Yeah, I'll probably end up getting this, just because I actually have a full on Han getup, Rebel Legion style. So
nice.
He's my favorite when it comes to Heroes of the Rebellion type line. So yeah, they did great. Hair is still a little off, but for the most part, the sculpt, they did a really good job.
I think the hair is there, man. I mean, like I said, I was just looking at promo shots, from earlier, and based off of those promo shots, I think they nailed it. Based off of the movie, yeah, it's a little bit off, maybe just a little bit, but I don't know if you got to go back. I don't know if you guys have done like the side by side comparisons, but me personally, I think it's actually there. What I like too, man, is the the newer technology, of course, with the rolling eyeballs and all that fun stuff. But the fact that they also give you like swap out arms, just to make it look more seamless. So I like that they're adding to the realism here. So that's actually pretty cool. But yeah, Commander Green, going to you, bro. Is this something that you might be interested in, or are you just gonna like wait for the 6 scale?
I mean, I think I might be interested in this, but I want to wait down the line and just see if hopefully they come out with something else, like a companion piece to go with that. I think because of my main focus being prequels and Clone Wars, that even though the quarter scale is so much different than that 6 scale, like if it was just those, like Han, Luke, and Leia, and then, I mean, a Chewie would be ridiculously expensive, but at least those 3, I think that would be a nice representation, like on the display, and and have them stand out from everything else too, being that larger size. But yeah, no, I think it looks great. I think it's just the hair. I think the only thing for me with the hair is that it just looks like plastic hair, because like you said, that side by side photo of him with the promo, like the movie promos, it looks really, really good. But yeah, I mean, they did an amazing job on it, and we'll see another piece in that, in that scale too, a little bit further down the line here tonight, I'm sure. But yeah, it's just cool to see, even if it's not something that I'm going to pick up.
Yeah, this particular shot right here, I think it shows the likeness really well, in my opinion. And you're talking about companion pieces. I mean, I think if anything, I'm sure that they'll do Chewbacca. But to do Chewie in quarter scale, man, with a full hair and can you imagine how that's going to come out?
Right.
Dude, I mean, I'd be excited just to see it. And to be honest, for me, I mean, well, not just for me, but I think maybe for some collectors who aren't really deep into Star Wars, I think just the presence of Han and Chewie in quarter scale could be a decent representation of just Star Wars in general.
Right.
I mean, because
this is a nice piece too for people that are just Han Solo fans. Like, I think this is what's cool for them.
Yeah, for sure, dude. But the thing is also too, what I was gonna say is, I think there's just so many either single figures or duos that you could put together to represent like the entire original trilogy. Like maybe you just have Vader on his own. That's a good representation. If you got 3PO and R2, that's a good representation right there. If you got Luke by himself, that's possibly a decent representation as well, man. So the universe is just so vast, and the characters, to me, a lot of them can stand on their own when it comes to like the original Star Wars, which I'm so excited for, man, for the 50th anniversary. Just to go back to see the movie in the theater again, the original uncut version, man. Oh, I can't wait for that, dude. But yeah, that's gonna be fun times. Let me check in the chat real quick. We got S Beam in the building, and we also got Blue Tattoo. Hold on, Beam Brothers. Appreciate you guys coming through tonight, but yeah, man. I think this came in at Sideshow like a 45 or something like that, which is actually decently priced. I think for a quarter scale, considering what you got and how well detailed I think this thing is. What's funny is that now that I'm revisiting this thing, I wouldn't mind picking it up, but it looks really damn good, man. And this base right here, dude, I'm not a fan of the rising base like this, because for me it just feels like the figure and the base is a little bit wobbly, with the extra height right here. But that little Falcon is nice, man. That's a nice touch right there, bro. I really like that, Millennium Falcon theme figure base. Yeah, man. Really, that'd be cool if it lit up too. But yeah, just from my own experience of after having the Vader, this just does feel a little bit wobbly. Where I would worry about it kind of. I mean, my Vader never had any problems, to be honest. It was just maybe it's just all in my head or whatever like that. But still, I worry. But it's a good package, man. I think it's a good representation. It's a decently priced, for what you're getting, and this could be the start of more to come. Who knows? But Yeah, man. What's funny too is that shortly after this one, Sideshow went ahead and did their own quarter scale premium format. But what they came out with, I think it's more story driven, which I really like, dude. Let's play this little video and show you guys, and turn that sound off real quick. But basically, they got Han in the cantina scene, with Greedo, right? And it's right at one point in time to where you can capture this actual image in the movie. Now, let me say for Sideshow, I think it's a decent likeness, for Sideshow. I mean, it's not going to compare to the Hot Toys when it comes to the likeness and the realism, but I think the Sideshow in the past few years has really stepped up their game, in my opinion, when it comes to the premium format likenesses. But this is something that really kind of spoke to me when I saw this piece, man. I like the presentation, I like the story that it's telling, and the cool part is that the table lights up, with the cup or with the lamp right there, so that's pretty cool. And to me, this just screams, this screams Han Solo. They've captured his essence, I think, just based off of this piece right here. But yeah, Luis, let me ask you again, dude, on this guy, man, because also statue collector. What were your impressions when you saw this guy come out?
I think, like you said, for a Sideshow piece, they did a good job. The hair just looks really thick and not as sharp. That hair's definitely off, compared to the Hot Toys, especially. I'm still a little not 100% on that arm. I know he did it, but he did that for a split second.
Exactly.
Even the art print that they put up with this is his relaxing arm, right?
Right.
So, I mean, they could have done that at least to match the art print, but I like it. I mean, I'm heavily considering this as well, just because I'm a sucker for Han, and that's kind of his character, right?
Yeah.
I like the light up features, like the little diode setup. So, it'll have really good shelf presence. So that's where this is all about. It's more the shelf presence and being able to capture that one iconic scene that we all still remember. Though he did shoot first, of course, but
yeah,
looks good, man. The hair could definitely use some work, and I'm hoping they may tweak the arm. It's not a deal killer, the arm, but
it'd be nice if they did a swap out. We can have it up or down.
Yeah, that's what they should have done.
Mm-hmm.
They should have done a swap out. Would have been super easy, but it is what it is. I think for a Sideshow piece, it looks good.
I think maybe that's still a possibility, considering that it's still early in production. Unless they've been working on it for a while. But I think that's something they might be able to consider. Like you said, it's an easy mod. It's an easy thing for them to do. Just change the position of the arm, and yeah, I think that'd be cool. Well, you, Commander Green, I'm not sure if this is something that really interests you at all, but I think this will look cool with the Greedo, just to set up that whole scene, man. But do you have any thoughts on this thing?
Yeah, I mean, and I think it looks great, and I think even for the price point, did you say it was around 800 for
yeah,
that?
just under 900. Yeah, just under 900 for quarter scale.
So you look at that for quarter scale and that size, that even if you had a 6 scale figure and then had a custom dio built, you'd be spending that much, if not even more. So, I mean, I think it's a good, bang for the buck, I guess, for what it is. And I mean, it's probably something that I wouldn't pick up, but I can definitely appreciate it, though. I think they did a really good job on it.
Eric, what's funny is that I remember when Lucasfilm was bought out by Disney, right? And there's all these, we were talking about it earlier too, man.
Yeah.
All these little memes that came out too. So when I see this Han Solo in his pose with his foot up like that, I just see that Andy written on the bottom of his shoe.
Oh, right.
Just memeing Toy Story and all that stuff. But yeah, Eric, what are your impressions on this guy, bro?
I think it looks great. I probably will not pick out, if I was going to do anything, I'll probably do the quarter scale from the Hot Toys. But
yeah, totally.
it's still a cool piece. Now it'd be cool if they had. It'd be kind of if Sicer did Greedo on a quarter scale. Could you go with that? That would be a really cool set. But will they do that? I know this piece is awesome, but if they could do Greedo in a quarter scale, just him sitting down with a chair with a gun or whatever version they want to do, or have him when Han Solo kills him. That would be kind of cool. That would go well with this piece if they did that too. But no, I think it's cool. But yeah, I would rather go for the Hot Toys quarter scale over this. But it's a nice piece that Sicer did, especially for all the OT collectors too.
Got a hole in his head, man. Look at that. No, you're right, dude. I mean, I can totally understand. I mean, as Hot Toys collectors ourselves, I mean, I think they've got the overall advantage with the with the paint amps and the realism, But still, just Sideshow for the presence alone, man. It's just really they're completely different things,
Exactly.
Figures and statues, and me personally, if I had like a setup like this, I would probably tend to go with a statue versus a quarter scale figure. Right, I would probably lean more towards a statue, honestly. But we got Ray, Fortune Wellington, my dude. What's going on, man? Happy to see you here, bro. Congrats to you, dude, for picking up that Catwoman, dude, that Jazz Inc. 66 version, man. My dude went in and picked one up, so that's awesome. He's all excited about it. But yeah, man, it's a cool little release. Like I said, the price isn't too bad. Coming at it was $880, I think, or $888, $880, yeah. Yeah,
so it would be close to $1,000 once all said and done.
Yeah, all said and done and shipped. Yeah, it'll be close to that. So, let me pivot a little bit over here. I want to go ahead and talk to you guys about about the Mandalorian trailer, man. Mando and Grogu trailer. So we were all teased. I'm sure you guys saw the Super Bowl ads where they went ahead and did their little tribute to the Budweiser commercials, right?
Yep.
And everybody was up in arms, like, what the hell is this? Why are you guys spending, what was it? I think it was like a $5 million spot or something like that, or a 30-second clip of just a tribute rather than just showing something from the movie to help everybody get excited. Well, a couple weeks later, they dropped the trailer, the trailer that we're looking at right now. And I don't know. To me, it just really, I mean, it looks cool, right? But I'm not really that excited for it just because of the fact that it just feels like a preview for like the next season. You know what I mean? Like if this was season 4, all I'm just looking at is just little jump cuts of little bits and pieces from like a multi-episode season. To me, this doesn't feel like a cinematic movie, in any way. And I think probably that's because for me, we've been conditioned for these Mandalorian shows to be watching them as TV series.
Yep.
So for the fact that this is supposed to be a movie, I don't think it's like registering for me at all that, hey, this is an actual movie. But, I mean, there's some parts that look cool. I'm definitely going to go out and go check it out. But as far as the excitement, it's not doing much for me, to be honest. But I don't know. I think a lot of Mando fans are kind of might be in the same boat, or maybe it's just me. I don't know. But what do you think about that, Eric? I mean, what do you think about the trailer, and is your excitement level up for this thing?
I'm going to say this. I think this movie is going to bomb in the box office. I do not see it being. It might gross $500 million worldwide, but I think really I don't think Disney should have this in the movie theater at all. They're going to put it out there, but besides that, it's a nice trailer. Yes, I will go to the theater and see it, but will it get out that high demand in the movie theater? I think Hot Toys will do a lot out of this movie. I don't know how much, But
I hope not, dude, because the market's flooded with Mando shit from Hot Toys, dude.
yeah, but I think they did the ATRF with Mando, and then Hasbro did the TVC version with the Trooper. So those would be cool pieces for Hot Toys, and then you're probably going to see a new Mando. That's definitely going to happen, and I like to see Zeb in a Hot Toy format too. That. I really deep down feel like for Zeb, I would love to see him in the Star Wars Rebels a bit more.
Yeah.
So, but no, I don't know. I think it's going to be a fun movie to watch, but will people see it 2 times, 3 times, 4 times going forward? That's the big if from there.
Yeah, I'm rooting for it, man. Just like anything Star Wars, I'm rooting for it. But just given the recent Disney history with the with the overall IP, Commander Green, I just feel like it's just not there. It's just not hidden, man. I don't know. Are you excited for this thing, man? Did this?
I think I'm not like off the charts, but I think I'm in the opposite direction from you guys. I think there were concerns like with the budget from the beginning, and from visually just looking at it, I don't see any concerns from that. And I definitely see that, like, again, the conditioning of us like expecting to see a series, and it's like before the series came out, everybody's like, oh, I'd love to see a long format series, I'd love to see all this, and then when all the series happened, we want to go back to the theater. But as soon as you do that, then everybody's like, well, it looks like the series. So like it's kind of a weird thing to bounce back and forth with. But yeah, I mean, I'm probably not as excited as I was for some of the other movie releases, but it's definitely there. And again, I think that cinematic look is there, like way more than I expected, because I expected a lot less. But as far as live action goes, they haven't really been working on anything else, so all their energy is kind of going, regardless of budget, like it's all going to this. So
yeah,
and not another project. So.
Do you think that it might do the numbers like what Eric said, like 500 worldwide? Worldwide seems kind of low, dude. I mean, that sounds sad for a Star Wars movie.
I mean, and I could be totally wrong, but I think it's going to do like more than that. Maybe that 700 to 800, like it could do that. But again, it depends on how deep the story is, and the characters that we haven't seen yet, and how good those hit. So. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it though.
That's cool, dude.
Yep,
that's cool, man. I mean, it's cool to see the Razor Crest again. We see some characters in here that like this dude right here. Is that who that is? I mean, I thought it was.
Yeah, it's Embo from the Clone Wars. Yep, he's another bounty hunter.
Yeah, I was thinking it was the Constable Zubio from like.
No,
Force Away. I thought it was these guys, like a precursor to them or something. But yeah, I went back and looked at some photos that you guys were talking about, and I think it's him also. Universal Key, what's up, bro? What's going on with you, man? What about you, Luis, man? Where do you stand with this trailer, with this movie, and the fact that this is the first movie since 7 years? I think they said.
Yeah.
The first Star Wars movie in like 7 years coming out, and this is what they go with. I mean, it is what it is, dude. I mean, at least we get to go back and watch a Star Wars movie, and I'm hoping it does well. I'm hoping it's good, and I'm hoping it does well, man. But what are your thoughts about this thing?
I mean, I'm excited just because it's new Star Wars, right? I'll always be excited to watch something new, but it's just, it doesn't look like anything new idea wise.
Yeah,
I think for a 7-year hype, and for Disney obviously trying to really turn things around, this wasn't the project for it. And unless they're showing us 20% of what the actual plot and what the movie is, then I don't think it's going to do that well. Me personally, I'm just tired of the whole, Grogu's going to save the day. He's going to do some crazy little stunts and save everyone again. And, we're not going to hear a peep out of him other than basic little sounds. And I think it's gone to the point where we need more of an arc for him personally, right?
Yeah. Yep.
We know Mando's arc. It was a great arc. Season 2, I think, still the best of the 3.
Oh yeah, season 2 was awesome.
Yeah,
they actually had an arc for both of the characters, man, in season 2.
Exactly, and
Yep.
you have this amazing send off, and it was all for nothing. Then season 3 happened, and now it's like this is literally just a 2-hour. I assume it's going to be 2 hours. It better be, but it's a
At
2 hour.
least, right?
Yeah, it's a 2 hour episode, and I think after Ahsoka, at least me, I was expecting some kind of Avenger style event where you have people from Rebels, people from Mandoverse finally getting together, and this could be it. But from what they've shown, it just doesn't look anywhere near that. I think it's just going to be another misadventure of Mando and Grogu, as the title says, and give us some eye candy, and that's it. And maybe at the very end they'll pull a Force Awakens with, seeing some of the Rebels and then tying into season 2 of Ahsoka. But they didn't need a movie for that. They didn't need a cinematic experience for that. But thankfully their budget was low. I think that's the only record it's breaking so far.
Yeah.
Is the lowest budgeted film. But yeah, I mean, I'll take my kid to it. I'm sure he's more excited than I am, but I just the whole Grogu saves the day and saves the world type thing. Like, it even happened in Book of Boba Fett. With the Rancor, and he saves the day again, right? So it's it's just too much. And something either significant has to happen to either Grogu or to Mando, I feel, to really propel their arcs and to
gauge that interest.
Yeah. They're beating a dead horse, and there's no progression, especially for his age.
Yoda was training Jedi at Grogu's age.
Yeah,
50
man.
years old, right? No, yeah, dude, I completely agree with you, man. But this is just the effect of the studio heads getting involved when they shouldn't have been, right? I mean, season 1 Mandalorian, it brought so many people to the fandom. It brought so many fans, I think, unified, for what they've done. And then and Grogu was just like the biggest thing. Y'all remember, man? There was no merch from, and then everything, he just blew up. Season 2, like you said, Luis, they just they expanded on their arcs and character development in a bit, but then you see the evidence of the studio exec interference in season 3, right? He was just supposed to be gone, and that's it. Dude, just move on. Season 3 should have been more Mando. Grogu was already done, but I don't think he needed to be as involved as he was, part of the main storyline. I mean, they could have referenced him here and there, showed probably what he's up to, maybe in a side arc or something like that. Probably kind of fleshed him out a little bit more. But yeah, we could have done without it. And now this leads us up to this. The next movie is, what is it? Starfighter? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's supposed to be getting some pretty good buzz too.
Yeah, I saw something that Ryan Gosling said. It's looking good. Like he said, I know he can't really leak out too much, but
of course.
But he said everything's going well in the filming. So.
Yeah, man, I don't know how I feel about that one either. To be honest, but I'm hearing decent things out of the production. I think I heard something about a lightsaber duel, in the water. I don't know. I thought I heard something about that. Maybe I could be wrong, but yeah, man, that's Mando and Grogu. That's actually coming up pretty soon in a few months, actually. So that'll be cool. Shortly after Luis, where Galaxy's Edge gets changed up to have all the original trilogy characters show up in Galaxy's Edge, so that'll be fun.
Sure.
Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah, man. End of April.
Yeah. So shortly after that, I think it was shortly after or before, Hasbro dropped a bunch of shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with Vintage, man. They went ahead and dropped a lot of characters, and we've actually got a decent look at some of the designs. And one of the ones that kind of throws me off is this Snow Trooper. The fact that they removed the facial mask from it, and we see this type of design, this breather. You know, it just looks so it's funky. To me, it's funky. You know, it's cool to see. You know, I mean, I don't know if any of you guys actually wondered what was underneath that face mask, and here you go. You know, you're getting a decent look at it right there, man. But these are cool. Again, TVC figures coming in like $20 a pop, which sucks. You know, and now we got another look at IG-11, the Navarro Marshall. I don't know this.
That's from season 3.
Is this season 3?
Yes, it's not in the movie.
Okay. Oh yeah, it just shows the Mandalorian. That's why on the main pill. Gotcha. What else did we get? We also got some stuff from this guy. This is pretty cool too, man. Another look at the AT-AT driver. So this is something that's actually, you know, redesigned a little bit. It's pretty close to the original one, but you know, with some different, not some modification, but some things omitted. But yeah, the card back is nice. That looks really cool. I'm always happy to see more troops, man. You know, whether TVC Black Series, I know we're gonna get them in the Hot Toys also for sure. And then here you go, Eric. Here's another Mandalorian.
Yep.
So what I like about this particular figure is the fact that, for those of you that collect TVC, right, this is considered a deluxe card. But what they were doing previously for the deluxe figures is that they were making the card backs actually wider, right? So it actually looks a little bit strange in the collection for those for us carded collectors, right? Like for me, I keep all my stuff in star cases, but the fact that and they're fitted for, you know, actually have one right here. Here's your Darth Maul, Luis. Here's the shadow.
Oh, you got it, man.
Yeah, I finally got this one.
I'm looking for that. Nice.
So they actually come like this, you know, the star cases, man. They fit perfectly for this style of card, but the deluxe releases were a little bit wider, which was weird, man. I didn't like that they were doing that. So they came back and said that they're going to stop doing that, and now that's what this is. They went back to the regular 6x9 version for the card backs instead. 6x9 offerings for the card back instead of the 7x9s. Which I love. You know, this is great, and the fact they're showing that it's a deluxe by this little sticker, which I think is cool. This is a bit of an homage to the early bird set. You know, it's that same kind of design from back in 77 from Kenner. So that's a cool homage. I like that, man. That's a nice touch. So yeah, man, these figures are these are interesting. This one I thought was cool, man. This the brother, the guy.
No, I want a hot toy.
Oh, dude, for sure, man. But this one we're actually getting from Maul, from the Shadow Lord, the 11th brother. The card back is nice, man. I really like that card back. The figure looks amazing, and yeah, this is a cool offering, man. So I'd like to pick that up, you know. And I think we also got Merrick. Here we go.
Yeah, right we got Merrick.
Yeah, we got Merrick in the vintage collection also. So again, this is from the Maul Shadow Warrior, and I think, Luis, I'm looking forward to this damn show now, man. I mean, after that first trailer, previously, I've said it before multiple times too, man, is that I want to get away from the Maul character, man, but when they show us the production, what they've been working on, I can't help but get excited again, dude. You know, for the era, for the character, for the expansion, for, you know, for what they're doing with Maul, dude. So yeah, I know you're excited about it too, man. But there's a couple more figures for you.
Oh yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that. I just hope it's not just like a filler show. You know, I like Bad Batch, but I feel like season 3 was a lot of filler until the last kind of couple episodes.
Yeah,
and that's why I heard was a pretty good take on like the Mando movie. Someone said this looks like a filler episode of the Clone Wars, where you just did these
yeah, I could totally see that. Yeah,
just to waste some weeks, but I'm excited for Maul for sure. I think from obviously the animation style looks great. Building more character arc, we know where he's going to end up, so this is just a matter of how he ended up being this big crime lord. So yeah, man, I'm stoked.
Yeah, Charlie, we live. It's been a while, dude.
And we know in the Darth Maul show it shows Talon, and we might not get the version that we really want, but it'd be cool to see her on the TVC, and if Hot Toys could do something with that too.
Oh, for sure, dude. I'm intrigued to see what they're gonna do with Talon.
Because what's her color in this one? She's like bluish, greenish, right?
I thought she's still red.
Is she still red?
She's not red.
I'm sure she's still red.
She's not that bright red from the comics.
No, but like in the show, right? She's red.
Yes,
I believe so.
I think she is.
I'll have to
Go back and look at the trailer again if you want to pull it up.
Right?
Go scrub and look for her. Damn it, Luis. Now I want to go see it. Hold up.
No, I mean I can see that putting her towards the very end of the season, and then set it up for a season 2 if it goes well.
Like, I shouldn't say that. I'm more looking for Darth Maul than Mandalorian Grogu. They should do Darth Maul as a movie instead of Mandalorian Grogu. I don't know.
I think a lot of people, because it's that familiar, but it's still different.
Yep.
Whereas Mando Grogu, we kind of know the setup, we know what's going to happen, but with this, it's such a big gap from, Clone Wars to End of Rebels to a hint of, there she is. This like an off kind of pink.
Is that her?
I don't know.
It's just a Twi'lek. I mean, and the thing of it is, you have Night Sisters and magic and Dathomir and all this stuff that she can change her appearance, like Savage. Savage didn't look like his final form until the Night Sisters perform magic on him to make him the way he was, and the same thing with Maul to bring him back and and put him kind of back together. So that character can change if that's truly who that person's supposed to represent. So
April 6th, dude, this is next month.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's coming up.
Is that Talon?
That's what I assume.
Yeah, I think this is her.
Yeah.
This is probably when he first recruits her. And yeah, she could be that pinkish color.
Yeah, because she's not really like that bright red that we know.
Yeah. Curious.
Well, like I said, that can all change. That's that's part of the story and part of them. So yeah.
Yeah, that looked like her right there.
See, this is what Disney should have done a live action. But they should turn this into a live action instead of Mandalorian Grogu. I think that would make more money than Mandalorian and Grogu movie. That's my opinion. That.
I think eventually we might see live action characters of her.
And they also talk about with Ventress doing. I don't know if they got that. I forgot her name. Might do the Ventress live action.
Who's that?
I don't know the actress, but they.
Anna Taylor-Joy. They were there's all these rumors.
Yeah.
So, oh, really?
Yeah.
Which I'm all right with that. I like her. I like Anya.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool. But yeah, going back really quick back to some of the TBC stuff. Eric, I know you were excited about this, but the price tag on this bad boy, dude.
I will get it. I'll wait to go on sale because I think this is going to sit like a lot of your sets like that, like your Mando. I got a good deal from the Mando with the blurred. I still need to get the Sabine version with the whatever animal it's called. But I don't think this will sit and we'll probably go on discount. But I want to at least 2 of these be kind of cool. and then keep one in the card, and then open one up, and then maybe put Mando on the other version, and then and I hopefully Hot Toys will do this version too. And it's it'll be. I think it's a cool piece. And I'll probably get a little bit of the Mando and Grogu TVC figures. But yeah, that's just, I'll get a little bit of each, but not too much.
Speaking of another cool piece, Eric, this one.
I like that one.
I missed that. I hope it gets back on PO. I totally forgot about the PO on that.
Yeah, well, it was delayed. It was supposed to go up, I think, shortly after it was announced, and they delayed it a month.
It did, and then I missed out. I totally forgot about the pre-order, and now it's sold out, and I hope it... Right now, it's going on eBay like near $150 on eBay. I ain't going to pay that crap.
Yeah, don't. We've seen this time and time again when they sell the pre-orders, and then they come back in stock.
Yeah, they're going to make... Hasbro wants that money, and especially the people who... I don't think they did over 15,000 of these right away on the HasLab. So, but yeah, I think they will probably do another order, and then I could also see this also go on a BBTS and Entertainment Earth down the road too, because they want to make the money.
Yeah,
this is a money maker for them and all that. For the OT figures.
Actually this is a 4-pack, which is also really cool.
Yeah.
I love the retro style for these, but I would love to see these individually carded, man.
Yep.
As a carded collector, these characters are so. I mean, the Cantina aliens in Star Wars, man, they're iconic, man. I mean, all of them. I mean, amongst us hardcore, that are really into the
and I think Hasbro is gonna put these on the carded too.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll probably for like this, if I can get 2 of these, keep one sealed and take one open, and then the same thing if they get these on the card back, because I have the Cantina. I need to,
Oh, you need these then, bro.
Yeah, I need those, and I need to hunt. I gotta get a lot of stuff for the Cantina. This the bad thing for me is like I need to buy the sisters. I probably won't even open up the sister. I know it goes into the Cantina, so I'm gonna redo a little bit of the Cantina because the sisters are going for over $100 a piece, and it's not worth just buying it just to open. So I will create my own version of the Cantina, like mix of like OT and maybe a little prequel. But I like if they do the sisters again on a different card back, I will open those, and I'll probably buy 2 of those. But with the HasLabs, I have no desire opening, and like really deep down on the HasLab, if I had the money, I would love to buy at least 2 of them, but that's just a lot, because open one, like for the gun, for like the HasLab guns, I wanted 2 of those, but only got 1. So,
given previous HasLab history when it comes to their figures, I think more than likely you will see most of them that were in the Cantina set come out carded in a different card back.
Yep.
Sonica Sisters, I'm sure. The War, the bartender, I'm sure they'll do him again also on a separate card.
Yeah, they need him on another, because I'm not going, like for me, like for you, you do take stuff out of the cards too, but you are a card back collector on TV.
Yeah, I'm a card collector all day, yeah.
So like I love these HasLabs, but just like the gunship was the only one I was wanted by like maybe 2 of them that I can open the card. But and then I got the ghost ship. Like I'm not gonna take this stuff out of the ghost. So like I bought 2 cannons from the Star Wars Rebels on the other card. I can take that one out, and then I can maybe go back by the older versions of Star Wars Rebels and put those in the ghost ship. So I can mix and match on that stuff too.
That gunship is something that I really want, man. I couldn't swing it, when it closed. But this is something for later on down the line that I would like to get, because that's a cool looking piece, man. I like how they upscaled it. The figures that it comes with. You could do so much with that damn thing, dude. Well, I got so many carded Phase 1 clones that I would love to throw in there too. Dude.
It'd be cool if they do like the Tiger Shark gunship. as a HasLab too in the near future.
Mm.
You know.
Well, they're giving you decals with that thing, so you can kind of customize
They
it,
are.
right? To do
They are.
whatever you
Yep.
want.
But it's not the Tiger Shark one. It's not the Wolfpack version. No, I'd love to have or get a new Wolfpack or Hasbro makes a new gunship, not as a HasLab, but maybe downsize it a little bit, but way better from the original ones, and do some other versions of that too. So that'd be kind of awesome too. But I don't know if they would do that or not.
So we also got some new Black Series stuff, man. Eric, you were talking about this 2-pack.
Yeah,
with Wolf and
Hasbro has issues with these type of stuff, but like Commander Gree, like the box, but I might have to wait to get it on the Disney store because I usually get it. But that's the only two. Like I'm very limited on my Black. I don't really do much Black Series anymore, but I'm just kind of got back into it a little bit. So that
they do cool stuff, dude.
Yeah.
You know, but I see these when I go out to Disneyland. I see these things out there all the time.
Yeah, I might have to shoot you money to buy one for me if you see it. You know, out there. You know, but like for me, it's like certain characters that Black Series have. Like I bought the Shakti Black Series, and you know, and they did a good job on her. But it's like we need female Jedis and female Siths. I know we got the Inquisitors, but we need that in the Hot Toys format. You know, we get it from the PVC and Black Series, but come on, however, we need female Jedis and all that stuff.
Hold on. So,
are you?
now you guys know I'm not a Hot Toys Jedi collector per se. I'll go red lightsaber, right? But I will say that if they actually do Shakti, because this one right here, I love this thing, dude. I love the card back, the figure.
I need to get that one.
So good on this piece, man. But if Hot Toys, I've always loved Shakti, dude. So if they actually did her, then Commander Green, I'd have to get a Grievous so I can reenact that deleted scene where he just stabs her in the back.
Absolutely. That was the first thing that popped into my head as soon as you said that.
All right. Oh shit, yeah. But yeah, Shakti, I always love that design, man. So yeah, I hope that we can get her in 6 scale. I think that'd be awesome, dude.
And one thing, you know, if they can do Ahsoka, they should be able to do her. You know what?
We also got Sigourney Weaver's character, man. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
The likeness is kind of there. You know,
it's like it's kind of crazy how the vintage collection tend to be like better than some of the Black Series likenesses.
That is such a trip, dude, especially at that small scale.
Mm-hmm.
That is such a trip. Yeah, I got another Mando. And yeah, Eric, man, you said I'm sure we'll see another Hot Toys Mando, man. They just need to be done with it, I think. But I could totally see them doing another one. This is different. What is this? ATRT. Oh, okay. All right. Looks like
it's a short
trooper.
It's a short trooper helmet. Yeah.
Short trooper helmet, similar. The body armor too is similar. Yeah, that's interesting. What else we got? This is cool. Yeah, Remnant Stormtrooper with the black pauldron.
Mm-hmm.
That should be a hot toy coming out.
Well, we kind of got it already with the Sand Trooper with the dewback. It's pretty much that.
Yeah, but if you know how Hot Toys are gonna make their money if they make it, that'd be a good hot toy if it does happen.
Oh yeah, dude. As a trooper collector, man, you, Harold, dude, I'm sure both of us are in for it, man. Regardless of the original trilogy you are.
And this is so much better than the original one too, especially the Black Series one.
Yeah, Hot Toys should make that too.
And like we were talking in our chat too, like through the week that somebody had posted that first edition display actually has gone out at Target. And whether it's street dated or not, but it has all those white boxes for the first editions of those new figures. So
yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I totally forgot about that. Let me see if I can find that actually. I don't know if they put it up on Yak Face about that yet. But let's see. Oh, speaking of Yak Face, Oh yeah, here they are. Yeah, here it is. Let me pull this up. Derp.
Yep.
That's it right there, right?
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, these are what are they? The first editions, right?
First, they call them, yeah.
First edition figures, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember these things.
And this is my rule. If Target does this type of stuff and they let people see it and it's street dated, shame on them. If it's street dated, do not put it out in the store. And a lot of these employees are idiots.
Oh, they do it all the time.
Yeah, and they do it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, it aggravates me.
This is funny, dude. This wave, it's already out. It's shipping from other online retailers, man. We saw it in Target. People are picking them up. But Target actually street dated these for March 22nd. Why? I have the wave in the end. I got mine from Pulse. I'm like, why the hell are they doing that? It's so weird.
GameStop's had them and they didn't pull them. So yeah, it's weird why they're always the ones with the street date problem.
Yeah, blame Target.
They do such weird things, dude.
But they do that with the stuff that my son collects too, because he collects a lot like Super Mario, Pokemon, like all those figures and stuff, and all those are street dated, and they're not even in relation to any game, any show, movie, anything like that. So it's it just it's just a Target thing, I guess.
I remember they did that back in the day when that NES Mini first came out. Right, I was so excited for that damn thing, and this is before the hype went out. My local Target put it out like a couple days early, and it was sitting out there. Right, I got there and I saw it. I was like, "Yo, can I get this?" Because they had it behind lock and key, right? So I'm asking, "Hey, let me buy this real quick." Okay, so they pick it out. They ring me up. Oh no, there's a street date for a few days from now. I'm like, man, you already put it out here, dude. Let me get it. Like,
it's not my problem.
Like, oh, you guys suck. Yeah. And then after that big old, I don't know if you guys knew about it, but that big old fiasco, they sold out so quick, and they went on eBay for mad money, dude. I just wanted one to mess around with, but later on they released more of them, and I was able to get one and modify it, put some more games on it, so that was awesome. So, yeah, dude, I'm happy with the one that I got, but yeah, another thing too, Harold, you showed me this earlier too. Mm-hmm. Jazzwares, they're putting out what the hell, GameStop? They're putting out helmets now.
Yeah, they actually have had a Revan, like a cosplay. I believe they even had like a Darth Vader costume at one point. And obviously, like we were talking about, the quality is not there even compared to a Hasbro Black Series.
This looks
helmet.
So bad.
But yeah,
it looks so horrible.
What it looks like, the more I look at it, it looks like when you go on Amazon and search for helmets, and it's just these random things that people have like on Amazon from third-party sellers that clearly isn't like the quality of like anything. So yeah.
It's just the paint ass, man. It looks like it was like somebody literally took like a crayon and just jaggedly tried to make these lines or something like that. It just, I don't know. I love what they're doing with it. The fact that they're giving us a commando helmet. I know this is Commando Boss, which is cool, but can we clean it up a little bit? Make it look more presentable. I mean, because I know. Louis, you're a helmet collector too, man. So it's like some of these cheaper cosplay helmets, they look good for display, but this one, man, I don't see them just putting in the effort for this one.
I was about to say that Revan, talking about the Revan that they put out. Like my buddy bought that on GameStop, I guess on sale, and he sold it for like over $200. Back in December, so that thing is like a expensive item now. The Revan piece.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Revan, I don't think there's really much Revan pieces of anything out there.
Yeah, no, there's not. No.
But yeah, I don't know. Luis, does this interest you?
No, not at all.
How did I know you were going to say that?
Yeah, right. It looks like a toy for sure, and of course, obviously the price, that's what it is, but I had the Jazzwares Master Chief helmet, and even when it was discounted, like I took it back because it's tough, you know. Obviously, Master Replicas EFX, that's the quality I'm used to, and I can't expect that for, you know, 10th of the price. But even Black Series kind of set the bar for these helmets, and
yeah,
you know, I think if this was an extra $40-$50, people would easily buy it, and the quality would be that much better. So I don't see Jazzwares maybe going too far with these, which is surprising that they, you know, have this and how they're getting away with it with their licensing. Like I could see it thrown in with their costumes, like the Darth Vader costume, you know, where they throw in that helmet. But the fact that it's like a standalone helmet, yeah, I don't know how they're doing that. While Hasbro does some other helmets, and yeah, but definitely not for me. If anyone else likes it, cool, that's great, but it just doesn't look the part. And yeah, for $80.
Yeah, considering your collection, I know this is something you wouldn't add to that, dude. So,
but like
saying something.
But there's like Black Series that, you know, look good just for a display. Yeah, like you can
flexing over here. Look at this guy.
Even from this like distance and streaming quality, looks better than this high res picture from the
all right.
You know.
So, that's crazy. Yeah, that's funny. That's funny. Speaking of something for you, bro, I thought this was kind of interesting to see this because, yeah, Regal Robot put out a bus for Ponda Baba. This is a trip, man. I mean, why can't I zoom in on these pictures?
You got to zoom in on that.
Yeah, you seriously right? Hey.
Flag.
Seriously right? This is such
adult
a trip.
content.
I mean, it's the character design, man. I'm not, you know, I can't help that. But don't get me wrong, dude. I mean, considering the character, right? This is just that little scene. This little scene is so memorable in A New Hope. Right, to where I mean, I don't know if I put him up there as, you know, an iconic status, but it's pretty well known, dude. And I'll say this thing looks badass, man. I mean, if I were collecting busts like these, man, I would definitely. This is something I consider just because of the character significance. You know, I like it. You know, with the weird, with that and everything, man. But I don't know. I don't think any of us here really collect busts, you know, at all. But I mean, is this kind of a little bit out of left field for this kind of character?
I have a mall bust. I have the Sideshow Mall bust, and then the Queen Studios Iron Man bust. So super random. For the right character, I'll buy a bust. I have a buddy who's all in on Regal Robot. I think I said that last time. But, you know, the quality is there, right? They're domestic. Everything is made in-house. They're getting it from the archive. So that's just what you get with Regal Robot. They're all pretty much signature editions. So you're going to get next to the actual
signature
archive
also.
Piece, you're going to get the exact replica.
That's cool.
I think for the right character, I would pay for it. And they're getting there. Like, Ponda Baba, very iconic. I'm still waiting for them to do, you know, some of the more legacy characters. I'd love for them to do them all. Like, I reached out to them and I asked them how much would it be to do like a full-on mall statue, and at the time they quoted me like 20,000 with R&D. Yeah.
Cool.
I politely passed on that offer, but you know, the moment they start getting into like they did their Chewie bust, I think that looks great.
That's an awesome bust.
Yeah. So things like legacy characters and real like your main characters, I think they would do really well. Like Sideshow's done some good busts, but they're really outdated and they were good for the time, but I think if Regal Robot can really go into the main characters, the main aliens, I think they would do really well. So I'm hoping they start getting more into that as opposed to some of the other, little trinkets that they're doing. And I think the clone maquette step in the right direction. But yeah, my fingers are crossed that they give us like a main alien character as opposed to some of these, little side aliens.
Would you get Cad Bane, Louis?
I would probably not. As much as I like Cad Bane, I know he really loves Cad Bane. I wouldn't get a Cad Bane bust, but that's just because I can't see myself spending like $1,000 or more. In this case, probably over $2,000 for a character that I don't really love. If it's a character I love, I'll spend a couple $1,000, whatever it is, right? There's no one that's making a piece like that. Sure. But, if I'm not spending almost $300 on a 1/6 scale version of the character, I'm not going to spend anywhere near $2,000 or more on that character.
For sure.
I have to love the character, and I don't love these guys enough. 6 scale maybe would sway me, but once you're, pushing over $700-800, that's where it's like, okay, I really have to love that character.
This bust does look cool though, dude. With Jorge.
Yeah,
I mean, with George's in George's collection, it looks pretty damn good, man.
Yeah,
I gotta say, dude, that's awesome. But this is interesting, man. Rob's bringing up an interesting question. Do you guys think that we'll get a May 4th HasLab this year? I say no.
No.
Considering that we just got the gunship, dude, and that thing needs to ship first. I don't think that they'll actually announce another Star Wars HasLab while one is still in production.
Well, and also they're still working on the other pieces that goes the Geonosis, and they haven't even announced any Geonosis except for the TVC guy and Shakti and Padme. So they're Blitz Transmission, he has some insight. They're going big on Battle of Geonosis, I think. They're going
that's the thing for the year,
yeah. So no, I don't. If they're going to do any, I think HasLab will probably be announced again, like in the San Diego Comic-Con, like they've been doing it every year.
Mm-hmm.
So
I was going to say later in the year for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree.
And what I don't know, it could be if it's a Mando Grogu thing, I might actually pass on that HasLab and save my money and all that.
Really? Yeah. You think they would do like another Razor Crest or something?
Hope not.
I know, right? That's
because I think if
they could do the N1 though, and do that. I mean, I think that would be a cool. Well, no, they've already done that. They've already done the N1.
Yeah, if they were going the HasLab, I would like to see either an OT or another Clone Wars HasLab. That's really where I like to see. Now, will they do a HasLab for the 50th anniversary that it will come out the following year? On that year, we could see something like that in the OT aspect and all that, But I could see the Death Star or something, or they could do a Millennium Falcon HasLab next year. And all that.
Can you imagine? Like, think of this, guys. If they did like a modular Death Star over multiple HasLab, would you guys invest in that?
I would.
I think I would too.
It depends. Yeah, I mean, Well, now you're throwing salt in the wound playing this video right now too, because
I know, dude. I missed it too, bro. I missed it too, man. So
I sat there at the 11th hour, like watching the clock tick down, and I was like ready to click the button, and I had it. I could have picked it up, and I just like, no, I don't need it. I don't have space, and now I regret it to this day.
This is over a $500 piece, though, dude. When it's all said and done.
Yeah, but
and that's pushing.
Yeah, but you know my collection, and you know what I have in my focus. So like this was kind of a no-brainer, really, if you think. about
same
it
here, bro. Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I told you, Tommy from Blitzer, he bought 7 of these.
Oh Jesus!
And he's gonna sell. Oh wow, that's crazy.
No, he's army building them.
Jeez, wow. Maxed out that credit card.
And then and then Denobi bought 5, but he's probably gonna keep 1 or 2.
He'll flip it, dude.
Yeah, he always keeps 1 and he sells the other 4. No.
Yeah, he always does this thing. Oh well, the time will it'll bite you, so you guys gotta make sure you get these. That guy. Yeah, dude, Rod, that's an awesome question, man. Appreciate it, dude. And Charlie's saying that you think companies will keep their powder dry in 2026 so they can go bonkers in 2027? I think it might be the other way around, bro. I mean, I don't think they'll go bonkers this year, but I think there's going to be enough to hype up everything for coming out for the anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't really necessarily have to be an anniversary of A New Hope. I mean, because you can say 50 years of just a franchise in general, and just release so much stuff, dude. So it's possible, man.
Yeah,
it's
how many OTs you think we'll get anything from New Hope this year from Hot Toys, or it's going to be more like Rogue One 10-year anniversary, Mando Grogu, or Clone Wars, and whatever after, or maybe the Legends get more. Maybe Darth Malik. I know they'd show the Jedi Revan this coming year and all that.
I think ACGHK in October is probably when we start seeing previews of everything coming out for the 50th anniversary for next year.
Okay.
Then maybe towards the end of the year we might get the pre-orders
for the OT for 50.
For the OT stuff. Yeah, that's what I think, man. I think that's what they'll actually do.
What do you think about Artisan for Star Wars this year and Hot Toys?
Oh, dude, Farm Boy Luke. No, that's a given. We already saw it with the dark side.
What about you think we'll get it this year, next year? Farm Boy Luke.
The announcement?
Yeah.
I think next year. I think they'll do it properly, considering him and Leia too, Green, just because of the fact. I think because of the Hildebrand logo itself, because it's them. It's Luke and Leia on the Hildebrand logo. Yep. So what better way to celebrate, the 50 years of that by basing the 2 characters that are on that logo in artisan form. Right. That's just what I think. I think they'll probably do that next year. But it would be cool if the release window was actually short, so that if they're working on them right now, and then drop the pre-order, drop the announcement, drop the pre-order, I don't know, maybe in January, February, so that it's set to release by the actual release date of the movie. So it was May 25th. That would be
right.
That'd be epic.
Yeah.
The chances of them doing that are very unlikely.
Yeah, because they're still behind on the other stuff.
Yeah, but for them to do something like that, to be that prepared, and to pay a proper homage for that'd be amazing, dude. That would be so freaking cool.
So what artisan Hot Toys do you want this year, Mario?
None.
None. No Star Wars. No Star Wars.
No, none. Artisan
don't need
line,
to spend the money.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Artisan clones. I don't know. Dude. None. To be honest, dude. I think the only, off the top of my head, I can't think of any character that should be artisan other than Luke and Leia. Even Han Solo, that hair is that hairstyle is too voluminous. It's too different. I don't know if they can do that kind of style for artisan. If they can, for them to style it properly. It's really poofy. I don't think they can do it. That's right. Yeah, I don't have faith in their rooting like that. But I don't know. I hope they prove me wrong. But I mean, do you guys want to see artisan figures this year from A New Hope?
Oh, I think they will come next year too, and I think it'll be even a celebration situation where they show up kind of like the Anakin did in Japan. So I think that's something that could happen for next year. So
with that special box.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. What do you think, Eric?
Yeah, I agree on the OT for, I could, like, and I mentioned in the chat, I could see a Clone Wars Anakin artisan this year.
Charlie's digging even deeper, dude. Jin or Rey?
Yeah, I say both. Rey and Jin.
And I don't care what anybody says. I want that dark side Rey. I think that would be sick.
She does look sick, dude. She
Yep.
would look cool, man. I think so. Dude, thanks, Charlie, man, for the conversation, bro. Something I've been wanting to talk to you guys about, and I know you guys aren't a fan as much as me, or maybe I don't know as much as me, but I get a kick out of these things. To be honest. And AI. I've been getting a lot of AI videos in my feed when it comes to the Star Wars content. And some of this stuff is really, they've been stepping up their game lately, I think, personally. We got these ones recently. Let me see. There's the story Beggar. There's a newer video that came out for this Beggar's Canyon series, in which I think this is one of the better ones that's out there in terms as far as like the realism and the act and the and the voice acting in here. I don't know if you guys have seen this one yet, but this one looks like legit. It's a decent story. It's all right, but some of the delivery is still shit. So robotic. But I think as far as like the quality of these things, the game is stepping up. They're only going to get better and almost indistinguishable between real life and AI. I think this was kind of pushing it as far as like live action and, as far as like how distinguishable is it really, if you look at it. I think they did an amazing job for this particular series. But what's also cool is that, not just that they're doing their own stories. For me, they're doing some cool stuff with Vader too, man.
Yes.
Like this one right here, dude. This was so cool to see. Like after like Vader's first moments, and we see him getting cleaned up, going through. We see Anakin suffering, dude, as Vader, in the mechanics and his designs and everything, trying him to see him to adjust to his to this new way of life. It brought out so much like character depth for me to see Anakin like this, dude. Like, look here, they're cleaning off his burn sections, dude. Look at that. That just looks insanely painful. Look at him. Look at that.
Why didn't they do that in the Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Exactly, and that's the thing, man. The fans are taking the stories, I think, to a much better level than what Disney has done so far with some of these series, right?
And I think Disney. I know Disney is watching these AI movies. Someone's watching these, and I feel like they need to step their game up because you're right. Some of these AIs are really, really good. There's some good. I don't know if there's any Clone Wars AIs out there, but Disney they need to step up their game in the near future. Will they? I don't know.
But I wanted to gather you guys' thoughts in general about all of this. There's a lot of controversy out there when it comes to AI in general. But I think for the storytelling aspect, it's getting interesting. What's cool too is that someone actually did the original script. Was it Colin Trevorrow script that he did for what is now Rise of Skywalker, but it was supposed to be Duel of the Fates. So they took the original script and they animated it in AI. It's insane, dude. You see you see Kylo Ren and you see Rey, they go at it. It's a really interesting story, I think. This one right here, this is something that was ripped from the comics also. So they're actually taking comic content, adapting it to AI also. This is the story where the Empire has this big old thing on Coruscant in which they gather all the old lightsabers, they burn them all up, and Palpatine talks to Vader about how the kyber crystals turn red. So this is a scene from the comics. So this is pretty freaking cool. I like that they're adapting things like that and bring them to life. But the delivery in the vocals is terrible. It really is, man. It sounds so robotic. Like in this case here, when the Emperor's talking to him, Vader, do you know why our lightsabers are red? It's so robotic and just so I don't know. It's bad. It's just bad, dude. It needs improvement. But I wanted to get you guys' thoughts, man. Luis, I actually want to start with you, bro. About some of this whole this era of AI and storytelling, man. What are your thoughts about all this stuff?
AI, obviously, it's a very sensitive subject. I know what it can do in terms of eliminating a ton of, need for the human touch. And for that, it's always going to be not good. But if you're doing it simply for entertainment purposes, not for profit, I guess maybe not as bad. But I personally enjoyed these videos just because it gives me more of a visual idea of what could happen or what really did happen. And that's stuff Disney just apparently could care less about. But their thinking is flawed because these are, hundreds of thousands of views in such a short period of time that obviously there's a market for why these are so popular. It's come a long way for sure. And it's crazy to kind of now get to a point where people automatically assume something is AI if they think, if they see anything, right? Everyone automatically assumes it's AI. And that's what's scary is we don't know the difference between reality and AI for things that could be serving one side versus the other, right? So in that regards, it's scary to kind of know we're just scratching the surface and we're seeing it, but it is entertaining. That one Luke Beggar's Canyon, they released a part 2. Seeing kind of Shadows of the Empire stuff being thrown, and it's good because it's like, well, that could be, and for that I like it. It's just someone else's take on fan fiction and these characters that we all love, but when it gets to the point where it's obviously closing and ruining industries, that's where it sucks. So just unfortunately try not to be on the other end, but it's easier said than done. But I do like what they're doing, I will say that.
I mean, I think even George said this too, that he's seeing this as another tool instead of ruining industries. He's saying that perhaps some of these production companies should embrace something like this, not to eliminate jobs, but to improve on their craft. I mean, this is something that can be used for storyboard telling for sure. I mean, this instead of just doing like hand drawn art, something like this. I mean, you can just for storyboards and brainstorming concepts, you can put something to life. In a decent amount of time. Just if it's just a rough draft. I mean, I wouldn't expect a full length feature of this type of technology yet, but for something like that, just to implement it like that as far as the storyboards, storytelling. But also, from what I understand, is that these types of videos they're not just prompts. right? There's more to it, where you actually have digital artists that are going in there and touching everything up and still moving everything more fluently, right? Touching up backgrounds, touching up surfaces, touching up textures, and everything, right? So there's still a need for human artists for this type of work, from what I understand. So that can also help create, more jobs in a sense. And again, like I said earlier, this could just be like some sort of this could be like a tool, to help enhance the craft. But I don't know. Actually, here's one, Eric.
Yeah,
that I thought was pretty cool, dude. When it comes to the Clone Wars, these are the clones in training. This was so cool to see with Jango Fett, dude. And again, this is it's just a concept story. I mean, I don't know if this is based off a comic or anything, but
yeah,
it's interesting to see these kind of stories.
And I feel like Disney should capitalize. Dave Filoni. I don't know since he's taken over with the co-president. I feel like I like to see maybe more live action Clone Wars or whatever that Disney needs to do. I'm not knocking Mando Grogu, but they need bring some stuff back. Will that happen? I don't know.
But what do you think about the use of AI in general, as far as for things like this, or like Luis expressed some of the concerns so it can actually do some damage?
I think it's cool. I like it and I don't like it. Yes, for profit, for money wise, but if people are just making it and having different stories, I think that's really cool. I hope Disney has been watching these AI movies, these little scripts, and they're taking ideas from it, maybe in the future, how they can do stuff down the road. But I think it's cool. You get a different perspective and maybe a little bit more of the Star Wars lore that is not in live action right now. But yeah, I like it, and it's like it and don't like it. But I think it's cool. It's a cool concept that they're doing it.
Yeah, Harold. Another thing too, like what Luis was saying, I completely understand. It's the potential of what this type of technology can do as far as like wiping out. I mean, not just in the entertainment field, but like in almost every aspect in which there's human involvement in a job, right? To where everything can be automated these days. Well, thinking of stuff like that, yeah, it is scary, but at the same time, I think it's something that where us as humans should probably be thinking a little bit more outside the box to see how we can maybe like learn with this instead of looking at it as potential elimination. How can we profit off of this our own selves, even if it does like have the potential to affect our own kind of jobs. Like for you in your industry, I don't know if anything like this could be like could really affect what you do personally or in your professional career. For me, yeah, I think I could be affected. But still, it's something that I think that I would want to learn more of and try to understand it, and then maybe benefit off of it somehow, financially, So embrace it in that kind of sense. But as far as our context that we're talking about right here, Commander Green, what are you thinking about these videos and these stories that are coming out? And I don't know, I'll just ask you about AI in general, about your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, they're interesting stories. I mean, it's like even going back to like previs, what they use like in The Mandalorian. I know that like even in the beginning, that was like kind of a storyboard that would already be done. And then they would film, and then afterwards they would film to that. So maybe that was like a precursor to what we're seeing, like with this. And I look at it really from a sense, even with photography, like Photoshop, that was a tool like back in the day that a true photographer said, if you couldn't catch everything in camera, then it's not like a proper image. Like people would say that, that same thing of that process of, heavily editing a photo. So this is just, again, another evolution like of that. And again, people have always made fan films and done all these things. So from that aspect, it's just, if it's a fun thing, that people come up with these ideas, or, like you said, something from a comic and reenacting that in this form, it's cool. But, again, where do you draw that line?
Right.
That's the hardest thing to decide,
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I can't deny, like, they're cool. I mean, obviously, Jesus, I would watch this over and over again, but,
Yeah.
but again, it's like, where do you stop? And how far does it go? And it's, and it's using other people's work, and, where is that controlled? Because it's like, whatever's out in the internet, it's just accumulating and kind of pulling all that information in. So, like, that part I just don't even understand.
Yeah. Shout out real quick, man, to Keen Jor, aka Chuck G, my dude. What's going on, brother? I'm just coming through, man. That's a good point you make about Photoshop. When that first came on the scene, it's new technology is always a threat. When it comes to I guess life in general, if it can affect like people's well-being, their jobs, or what have you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to be that person to make it sound like, oh yeah, everybody should just adapt to it and get over it. No, that's not by no means at all. If anything, I just want to try. I would want everyone to be encouraged to think creatively, and see how you can take advantage of such technology, Instead of just saying, "Oh yeah, it's the future. This is what it's going to be." Blah 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 blah. So no, I don't want to try to come off like that. But for me personally, man, it's just what we all said, man. These stories are very interesting. It's great to see everything come to fruition. And you see right there that finish fight, man. It's just so bad. It is so bad. I mean, but that's something that can always be improved over time. Like I said, the distinction in the realism is getting pretty pretty fine line.
Oh, just every week, every day, every week, every month. It's getting better and better. So yeah,
for sure. Yeah, definitely, man. But it's interesting. I get a kick out of these things, man. And but I've shared some videos that are AI, and some people are like, I ain't watching that shit. This is AI. I don't support. I don't watch anything AI. I'm like, okay, all right. I'm just asking, hey, man, be open minded and just look at it for the story for what it is. What's funny is that I saw another Vader one. I think it was adapted from a comic in which he was going after a Jedi to get his lightsaber, right? And that look was basically the battle damage DX Vader that's out there, the DX45, right? The one that everybody's getting. I had that figure on pre-order and I canceled it. But then when I saw that video again, I was like, shit, I kind of want it. I kind of want that figure again. So stuff like that just enabled me to want to try to get that figure. And I've got a chance to get it right now, but I'm still trying to figure out, do I really want it? I mean, I do want it, of course, but I think just the way that I'm currently collecting, I just kind of have to question it a little bit. But if money and space weren't an issue, no problem. That thing will be on my shelf already.
I just had the collector's edition. I didn't want the Mytho one. No.
Yeah, that's what I'm considering, dude, because I have that Mytho statue already, right? And that big old sculpted cape, I don't see myself using it. But it does come with the extra helmet, the battle damage helmet, which I wouldn't mind having in the box. That's the only thing that's selling me on it. It's just that extra piece. I could probably get it, elsewhere. Like who was it? Why am I drawing a blank? I'm always
Toy Anxiety,
Monkey Depot, and Toy Anxiety. Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But Toy Anxieties, man, they're getting hard to get pieces now because everybody just jumps on everything immediately when stuff is announced.
We were just talking about that in the Discord the other day too. It's like Bob Dylan, obviously, he does a lot of kit bashes, and it's like if you're not there that second, they're like everything is gone.
Everything is gone.
Yep.
Dude, I got. Well, it's funny. Speaking of Toy Anxiety, so I have a Riot Trooper from the Force Awakens set, right? The Riot Trooper with the shield and with the electro staff baton. that he's fighting Finn with the lightsaber. That was a 2-pack. After I moved, for some reason, I couldn't find some of the parts that went to the baton. I lost the lighting effects and like one piece that goes on the bottom of the baton. Turns out Toy Anxiety recently just got some in stock, and I was able to get the pieces that I need.
Wow!
But for such an older piece, though, dude,
right?
And now it's complete again. It looks
Nice.
great, But anyway, guys, that's gonna go ahead and do it for us for tonight, man. I want to go ahead and keep it short and sweet, like always, an hour and a half. So we're back for now. We should be back in the next couple of weeks again. We're gonna go ahead and shoot for where are we at? The 17th of March. So yeah, maybe we could talk March Madness for TVC because that's just getting underway also. So that'd be maybe we'll see how that goes. Yeah. So guys, I want to thank you guys on the panel. Sorry with my dude Luis. Thanks for showing up today, man. Appreciate your time, hanging out with us, man. And let us know if you got anything coming up or anything, bro.
Oh man, good to be with you guys again and share thoughts. Nothing crazy. I have a 501st troop this weekend. It'll be fun, and
Nice.
I haven't trooped since September, October, so it's been a minute. But other than that, man, just trying to not buy things. I think because I don't have much on pre-order or nothing's releasing, that I'm buying things that I shouldn't. Like the UCS Falcon I just got, the Lego UCS Falcon,
Yeah.
the Artisan Anakin, second one. So yeah, I got to stop that, the impulse buys. But yeah, I appreciate you guys, and thanks for having me as always, man.
Always, brother. Well, you, Eric, thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate you as always, man. Love having you as part of the team, dude.
I'm not really doing much. Just try and get my health. Just try and get my health back in order and my sleep back in order. But no, I'm just need to pay off my stuff and
for sure, bro.
And that's it. Try not to do a lot of POs right now. Just where I'm at right now. So
I think all of us can share those sentiments. I can relate. For sure, brother. But appreciate you, man, as always, man. Last but not least, my dude, Commander Green. Always appreciate you, brother. It's always a pleasure having you on. And you got anything coming up? Any more cool photos coming in or coming up? Coming in?
Hopefully just the Savage. That I think that's the only one having that come in today. I don't think Plo Koon, I still don't have like a notice on him yet. So that'll be the next one in line. But yeah, definitely going to work on some photos in the next few days of the Savage. And that's it. And same with Luis, like trying not to, without too many things coming in, to kind of throttle back and don't get jumpy with that order button. So, but yeah, trying to stay strong. But yeah, happy to be here. Had a good time hanging out with you guys.
Oh yeah, man. Always a blast. And everybody out there, stay strong. Not just with collecting, man, but just in life in general, man. Take care of yourselves. And be close to your loved ones.
Yep.
So
enjoy these spaces because this helps a lot of people get through. So
absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely, man. Well, thank everybody on the chat for hanging out tonight. All the viewers out there, man. Appreciate each and every one of you. And hopefully we'll see you guys on the 17th. And we will see you until then. Later.
So uncivilized.